Hi, sister. Thanks for getting divorced with Giorgio for me. I'm glad you realized that I was just the better woman for him and stepped aside.
Rosella, you've got some nerve contacting me like this.
What? But I just came to tell you that we turned in the marriage papers to the city hall. We're husband and wife now.
And what makes you think I wanted to know that?
I mean, this is a happiness that couldn't have been achieved without your help, so I thought I would share it with you. Oops, sorry. I forgot that you lost your own happiness because of it. Oh, I'm so insensitive. Forgive me. I was just so happy myself that I forgot to think about what you felt. As an apology, I promise to find long-lasting happiness with Giorgio, so forgive me, all right?
Do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't need a cheating man who's so easily seduced by someone like you anyways. I know that you went after Giorgio because he works at a large trading company and has a large salary as well, but I pity you and all other women like you who can only find love by stealing other people's boyfriends.
Huh? What even is that? Aren't you being a bit too mean? It's not my fault that the two of us were meant for each other.
The fact that you got so angry at what I said means that you are at least a little self-conscious about it, aren't you?
Shut up! You're just jealous of me because guys don't find you attractive, but they find me attractive.
I don't want to be told something like that by someone who's only interested in hand-me-downs from other women. Seriously, have you ever even thought about it like that?
Oh, what did you just say to me? It's not my fault if guys find me more attractive than other women. And it's not like I steal their boyfriends. It's more that they come to me voluntarily.
Right. Well, I guess you're right in at least one thing. Every boyfriend you stole until now was a cheating piece of scum. To be honest, I actually think you're doing a favor to all those girls whose boyfriends you stole by taking their trash boyfriend away from them. Anyways, I need to unpack my stuff now since I moved. I don't have the time to talk with an idiot like you, so bye.
Huh? What's your deal even? Why are you acting all arrogant towards me like that? You're just the woman Giorgio threw away. I swear I'll become so happy with him that you'll start crying when you see us next. Hi, sister. You received the invitation to me and Giorgio's wedding, right? Hurry up and reply to it, will you? Oh, I guess I don't even need to tell you this, but make sure you reply saying that you'll come, okay? You see, I'm going to make you give us a wedding gift of a huge amount of money.
I got the wedding invitation through our parents' house, but why do I need to come to your wedding? Besides, all of our relatives and even your friends from our hometown know already that you stole my fiancé from me. You're still going to have a wedding ceremony despite that? I'm impressed. Just where exactly did you throw away your sense of shame? Or did you seriously just think that they wouldn't think anything of how you just stole my fiancé like that?
None of that matters as long as the two of us love each other. They'll have no choice but to accept our wedding when they see how happy the two of us are with each other.
Is that so?
Oh, that reminds me. I told you this earlier, but you're the loser of this fight, so I'm going to make you give me a wedding gift of a huge amount of money. I'm going to make you give me 30,000 euros, to be exact.
Huh? What fight?
The fight over Giorgio, of course. Once you see how madly in love the two of us are with each other, you'll just give up and give us the 30,000 euros. Who knows? You might be able to forget about all of this and move on.
I'm not coming to your wedding. Seriously, what made you think that I'd want to come, Rosella? You were always like this, never caring about how other people felt and always just assuming that the world revolved around you.
What? But are you sure you don't want to come? If you don't, you're never going to move on from this, and you're going to regret not coming.
I have no regrets over a man like Giorgio. On the other hand, I actually pity you, Rosella. To think that you're about to marry an idiot like him.
What? Just because you're mad that I stole him from you doesn't mean you can insult him like that. You're such a mean person, Sophia.
If that's what you think, then isn't it better that you just don't invite me to your wedding? After all, I am just a mean person that's not going to celebrate it anyways.
What are you talking about? There's no point in having a wedding if you're not going to be there, idiot. We're going to be hosting this wedding ceremony specifically to crown the satisfaction I received by stealing Giorgio from you. There's no point if you're not there to see it, right?
Huh? So this wedding ceremony is going to crown your idiocracy then? All right, then I think I'll plan a little something of my own too.
Oh, so that means you're going to come to the wedding, right? Please show me your best pitiful loser face at the wedding, okay? We'll give you a seat at the front row at the wedding reception. Look forward to it, all right? Hey, Sophia! The day is finally here, isn't it? Today is me and Giorgio's wedding! Finally, I've been waiting for this day so long. I hope you brought the 30,000 euro wedding gift as promised. Oh, and just like I told you, you're going to be sitting in the front row at our wedding reception. I thought that if I didn't do that, then you would probably just try and hide in the back, but I'm not going to let my own sister do that at my wedding. All right, I'm going to be changing into my wedding dress for Giorgio now, so see you later. Try not to throw a tantrum when you see the two of us exchange vows, all right? Sophia, what do you mean you aren't at the wedding venue? Canceling without a notice is considered impolite, you know. And it's not just you, even. Why is 90% of the people I invited not here? But they said that they would come. Even Mom and Dad aren't here. Our aunt and uncle and our cousins as well, and none of them came. Hold on. Is this your doing, Sophia? Did you tell all of them to reply to my wedding invitation saying that they'd come but not actually come to the wedding or something? You were supposed to give me a wedding gift of 30,000 euros, right? And to think I was planning on using the money I received from everyone's wedding gifts to pay for the wedding. I need your 30,000 euros especially. Jesus. It's fine if you don't come to the wedding anymore. Just deposit the 30,000 euros to my bank account. Sister, sorry, but I actually need you to give me 50,000 euros now. I'm adding 20,000 euros as an alimony for ruining our wedding, which was supposed to be the start of our happiness.
Speaking of alimonies...
Oh, Sophia! Finally, you replied. So, like I already said, I need you to deposit 50,000 euros to my bank account.
I'm not going to be giving you any money, Rosella. On the other hand, though, when are you going to pay the alimony that you owe me?
What? What in the world are you talking about?
Did you forget that I asked both you and Giorgio for an alimony of 30,000 euros? You see, Giorgio told me to wait until you two had your wedding, but that's today, isn't it? Can I take that to mean that you're going to pay the alimony as soon as possible?
What? But I don't know anything about that.
Oh, so you didn't hear anything from Giorgio?
No, he didn't tell me anything about an alimony. Besides, why do we even have to pay you an alimony in the first place? I mean, Giorgio is your ex-fiance, right? And since now the two of us are married, he's also your brother-in-law. You're seriously going to be so evil and heartless as to make a family member pay you an alimony? You're a sick person, Sophia.
You've got some nerve calling me sick after you just stole my fiancé and are now asking me to give you 50,000 euros as a wedding gift. It doesn't matter whether it's my sister or not. I can legally ask an alimony from you two for Giorgio cheating on me to be with you instead.
Huh? But I already told you that it's not my fault that the two of us were meant for each other. What is so wrong about wanting to be with your soulmate?
Your soulmate, huh? Well, I guess you've lasted longer with Giorgio than any other boyfriend of yours until now. It's still only been a few months, though, so we'll see. Hold on. Don't tell me. But did you think that you would somehow be able to get away without having to pay an alimony if it's your sister's fiancé you stole? Did you think that you were so lucky he was my fiancé or something?
I mean, you're my sister, and you're Giorgio's ex-fiancé as well. I thought that alimonies didn't work when the person you were asking one for was your family.
Just where did you get that information? Seriously, you know you could have just looked it up on the internet or something, right? It doesn't matter who it is. If they cheated on me, of course I'm going to make them pay me an alimony. This is your apology for betraying me, and the thing that will crown my revenge towards you.
What do you mean, crown your revenge? But me and Giorgio were supposed to find happiness. You're going to be so mean as to ruin that for us?
Yes. Sorry, but I'm no saint that's going to just forgive you two for what you did, Rosella. Besides, who doesn't want 30,000 euros? And seriously, you're the one who's going to call me mean? Didn't you just try hosting a wedding ceremony as a way to crown your superiority over me, but ended up failing miserably? I got off topic, though. Just tell me, when are you going to pay me the alimony?
Don't ask me. I didn't hear anything about this.
Fine, then ask Giorgio when he's going to pay the alimony.
You go and ask him yourself.
Yeah, but it's going to be such a hassle for me. You're with him right now, aren't you? Just go to where he is right now and explain the situation to him.
But Giorgio said that there was somewhere he needed to go first, and I haven't seen him since arriving at the wedding venue. I'll ask him when I get home. Could you just forget about the alimony we owe you? You see, about the 30,000 euros I was supposed to pay you for your alimony. I used it to pay for the wedding expenses.
What?
I told you about how almost none of the people I invited to the wedding actually came, right? And how because of that, I didn't get as much money as wedding gifts that I had expected. I was counting on that money to pay for the wedding, but it didn't come, so I started looking for some money when I found an envelope with 30,000 euros in cash in Giorgio's bag. I thought to myself, oh, so he already had the money to pay for the wedding prepared then. And so I gave that money to the staff at the wedding venue, and...
So you gave his money to the hosters of the wedding venue without even asking Giorgio first what it was, huh? That was supposed to be the money he would use to pay for the alimony I was asking from him, I suppose.
Yeah. He got mad at me because he said he was intending on handing over that money to our parents' house on the way home from our wedding. But the wedding expenses were 30,000 euros as well, and I didn't know about the alimony, so it was only natural to think it was the money for the wedding, right? I mean, anyone would have done the same thing in my position.
Actually, I think that most people wouldn't just take 30,000 euros from their partner's bag and just hand it over to someone else without their permission first. Because judging by what you just told me, you just looked around in Giorgio's bag and took his stuff without asking him, right?
But he's my husband. His money is my money as well now, right?
Well, not exactly. Based on what I heard from another person, it seems that Giorgio sold some of the more expensive plastic models in his collection to get that money. But even that still wasn't enough, so he borrowed money from some of his friends as well to get that 30,000 euros.
What? But I thought that he was rich. He works at a large trading company, doesn't he?
Well, apparently, I guess not. He was always careless with his money, now that I think about it. By the way, apparently he believed you when you told him that you would take care of the wedding expenses on your own. But the truth was that you were just relying on the 30,000 euros I was going to give you, right?
But I didn't hear anything about this prior. How should I have known?
So did you talk to Giorgio about what you were going to do about the 30,000 euros you owe me? You guys are married, so it's probably not going to be a case of theft, but I heard that Giorgio got all giddy about his marriage with you and made a huge mistake during work, getting fired for it last month, right? Isn't that why he didn't have the money to pay off the alimony immediately? It seems like you're in a pretty difficult situation right now. Giorgio is currently unemployed and looking for a new job. Well, you don't even have the slightest intention to look for a job yourself. Yet you have to pay me 30,000 euros by, well, today.
You don't need to remind me. I already know that I'm in a difficult situation. I think we might even get divorced soon. What is his problem even? I mean, he's the one who works at a large trading company, not me. Shouldn't he have just paid for both the wedding and the alimony like it was nothing?
I'm not interested in your marital affairs, Rosella. Complain to him about that, not me. The fact that you still owe me 30,000 euros hasn't changed.
What? You're still going to make us pay 30,000 euros when all of this other shit is happening to me?
Of course. It's none of my business what's currently happening to you.
But I don't have any money.
Like I said, that's none of my business. You'll just have to get it somehow.
You're being so mean, Sophia. I thought you were my sister.
We were only ever sisters by blood, Rosella. I remember ever since you entered elementary school, you would always tease me for being ugly, and that continued all the way to, well, now. Besides, it's your fault for hosting a wedding ceremony even though you don't have any money.
What? So what if we had a wedding ceremony? You're not going to let us even do that? Who do you think we are? Some sort of couple in poverty?
But didn't you just say yourself that you didn't have any money? Neither of you currently have a job as well, so if that isn't poverty, I don't know what is. The truth was that you didn't have the money to pay for the wedding, yet you still made plans for it, right?
But not having a wedding isn't benefiting of us when we're a couple who is about to find long-lasting happiness. Besides, I was counting on the money I would receive from the wedding gifts. It's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault for not coming to my wedding and giving me money.
But have you even thought about why almost nobody came to your wedding?
How should I know that? Tell me, why is it that no one came then?
Isn't it because you loved stealing other women's boyfriends? You stole boyfriends from several of your friends, right? Not only that, but this time you stole your own sister's fiancé. It's the same with Giorgio. We had a lot of mutual acquaintances, and so most of those cut ties with him when they found out about what he did. Not only that, but apparently he told his friends that got mad at him for cheating on me that you're just jealous because I'm popular with young women while you're not, which obviously didn't help the situation. Seriously, why did I ever get engaged with an idiot like him? What made you think anyone wanted to celebrate your wedding?
But everyone said that they would come in the reply to the invitation.
Oh, so did they all cancel at the last moment or something? That is a bit strange, I guess, but I guess they were all just trying to bully you or something. I mean, you do have a lot of enemies, right? I guess that's none of my business, though. Just make sure to pay me that alimony, all right? It's already past the due date, so I'm going to hire a lawyer to handle this from now on. Oh, and I'm not considering lowering the amount even by a cent. I kindly ask for your cooperation. Bye then.
But, Sophia!
I was a bit curious as to whether the people Rosella invited and replied saying that they would come to the wedding actually planned a mass last-minute cancellation, but apparently that was actually what happened. The first set of wedding invitations came back mostly with replies that they wouldn't come. It seems that Giorgio gave up at this, but Rosella was a bit more stubborn and invited basically everyone she knew, including former classmates from elementary school. That's how some people who had a grudge against my sister in our hometown found out about her wedding. And so apparently they planned that they would all reply saying that they'd come, but cancel at the last minute. Anyways, this and that happened, and in the end, Giorgio and Rosella could no longer pay for the alimony I was asking of them. This time, they sold Rosella's brand clothes and bags and stuff, and even sold her car. Even that wasn't enough, so they had to take on a loan to somehow gather the 30,000 euros they needed. The day after they finally paid off the alimony they owed me, the two got divorced. That didn't change the fact that they were still in debt, so now the two of them live their separate lives of poverty, working all day, every day to pay off their loans.
Yo, John! How many years has it been since you left home?
What? Who cares how many years it's been? I've no intention of coming back.
You act all tough, but don't you still live in the same city? You actually want me to come and visit you, right? Should I come over?
What are you talking about?
You probably meant to keep your address a secret, but I found out where you live!
Oh, okay. I already knew that you know the apartment I live in.
Huh?
But neither you or Mom and Dad have any interest in me, do you?
What makes you say that?
Mom and Dad didn't care about me from the start. And you seem to have been satisfied when she stole my ex-girlfriend.
Ah, so that's how you see things.
I'll just move again if you stop bothering me.
Oh, I see. I get it. So that's how it is.
What is it? You're creeping me out.
What if I told you that I was actually bothering you in a way you wouldn't notice? And that it's bringing you a lot of misfortune?
Huh?
Well, I guess there's no use in trying to keep it a secret, so I'll tell you.
What is it?
You haven't noticed that I stole your girl again, haven't you?
Huh?
Not only that, but it seems that I accidentally impregnated your wife!
What are you talking about? What is this about my wife?
I'm saying that your wife is now pregnant with my child! Which means that it's time for you to get divorced!
Oh, is that so? I'm just gonna ask, but how many days has it been since you got pregnant?
Last time she told me she said it was 11 weeks. Well, get divorced as soon as possible, alright? I can't believe I was able to steal your girl a second time! You're pathetic, Jack!
I see. You know, you should really not get too excited with your jokes, Mark.
What?
Fine then.
Wait a minute! I wasn't joking! I was being serious!
Hi, Scarlett. I just checked into the hotel.
Hi, John. You must be tired.
Can I ask you a weird question? Sorry if it makes you uncomfortable.
What is it?
Have you met my brother Mark before?
What? Your brother? No, I never have.
That's what I thought. There's no way you two have met before.
Why'd you ask?
You see, I got a text from my brother this afternoon that will probably make you really disgusted.
A text that would make me really disgusted? What was it about?
It's probably fastest if I just show you our conversation. But I'm worried that you'll get really upset.
Just give me a summary, will you?
He told me to divorce you since you're pregnant with his child.
Huh?
You said something about you being pregnant for 11 weeks now.
No, there's already no way it can be true then.
Right. Which is why I don't believe a word he said. I just thought I should tell you about it.
Got it. Thanks. I'll stay at home until you get home tomorrow just to be safe. I'll probably be glued to the laptop since I'm so busy with work anyways. And I already have enough food, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yep, that's probably a good idea.
And? What are you going to do about your brother?
Well, it depends on what my brother decides to do from now on. I'll need to wait and see what he does first.
Got it. Tell me if I can help.
Sorry for causing trouble. It's my problem, not yours.
It's fine. I knew the situation you were in when we got married. So, no need to worry about it.
Thanks.
What's up, John? You prepared to divorce her yet? I mean, it's not like you have a choice. Your wife's pregnant with my child.
There's something I want to ask you, Mark.
What?
Are you employed right now?
Huh? What's this about suddenly?
You're gonna have a child. You'll need money to raise him or her. You'll need to be able to support your family once you're a father.
What? What are you worrying about? Your wife's rich, so there's no need for me to work.
I mean, I guess it's possible for the wife to earn money and for you to do the housework.
That's not what I meant. I've never done any housework in my life. But it's fine if I don't work.
That's ridiculous.
That's the kind of marriage I wanted. Which is why I decided to steal your wife after I found out about her.
What do you mean?
Your wife inherited a huge amount of money, right?
What, inheritance?
Which is why I came up with the perfect plan to steal your wife. So that's how it is. I really am sorry for you. Now the $1 million of inheritance is mine.
I have one more question.
What is it? You really don't give up, do you?
You keep talking about my wife, so you must know her name, right?
Of course I know her name! It just feels better to call her your wife. It gives me this sense of superiority.
Then what's her name?
Amanda!
Huh? Amanda?
I answered your question. You happy now? Just get divorced already, will you? Hey, John! It's already been 1 week! How's the progress going with the divorce? When's it going to happen?
Why do you keep talking about me and my wife divorcing?
Huh?
Even if she is pregnant with your child, you're still rushing things too much. Is there some other reason?
Not really.
I was just kidding. I already guessed this is what was going on from what I found out in the past week. Dad's company is on the brink of bankruptcy, right?
What?
You knew that at this rate, you guys wouldn't be able to support yourselves anymore. That's when you found out from somewhere about my marriage and heard that my wife was the daughter of a wealthy entrepreneur who inherited a huge amount of money after our parents' death. You first broke up with my ex-girlfriend Kate, and then came up with a plan to steal my wife.
You found out that much?
I was able to contact Kate through a friend. She told me everything.
That bitch! bitch! Yes, what you're saying is true. But you're too late, aren't you? Amanda already wanted to divorce you when we first met. Getting divorced was only a matter of time.
Oh, is that so?
Amanda said that if I helped her to get divorced with you, she would use some of her money to help Dad's company. Which means that she agreed to me stealing you from her and making her pregnant!
I see. So you were depending on the inheritance money you planned to steal, huh? But isn't it a bit strange? My wife's parents are currently in Hawaii on vacation.
What?
I just talked to them yesterday through video chat. They're still pretty healthy, so it's a bit too early to be talking about inheritance money.
What are you talking about? But Amanda's...
My wife isn't named Amanda.
What?
My wife's been living abroad since she was 12 due to her parents' work. I met her 2 years ago while I was abroad on work. She only returned to Japan 2 weeks ago for our marriage. Which is why it's impossible for her to have been pregnant for 11 weeks. Or for you to have even met her.
Hold on. I don't understand what you're saying. Then Amanda is...
Amanda is Kate's younger sister.
Huh?
Apparently Amanda was the kind of person who wanted to steal everything that was her sister's. Including her sister's boyfriend. While I was going out with Kate, she would always attempt to seduce me and steal me from her sister.
What?
But then you stole Kate from me and we broke up, so Amanda left too. My life suddenly became so much more peaceful.
Huh? How could your life have been peaceful after your girlfriend got stolen?
That's how much Amanda was a bother to me. After she lost interest in me, she started waiting for a chance to steal her sister's new boyfriend, you. She found out about Dad's company being on the brink of bankruptcy. Made up this story about her being my wife who inherited a fortune from her parents. She knew you would try and steal her from me.
So the inheritance is...
She made it all up. The fact that I actually got married recently was a coincidence. You could have easily checked the family registry and found out that Amanda was lying, but you didn't. Amanda might even be lying about her being pregnant, so you should really make sure.
What?
Seems like we've cleared the misunderstanding, so I guess it's time to say goodbye.
Hey, wait!
Oh, one more thing. For some reason, you think that I still live in the same city, but I found a new job and moved someplace else right after you stole Kate from me 3 years ago.
What?
Someone else is in my old apartment now, so don't bother your neighbors by trying to barge in or something.
Wait! You didn't tell me your wife's name yet!
I won't tell you.
Then tell me your new address!
No thanks.
What?
Bye! I told him not to do it, but it seems Mark tried to barge into the apartment room I used to live in. There was no nameplate on the front, but apparently this was because the new resident didn't want to have to deal with door salesmen. My nuisance of a brother kept knocking on the door and shouting my name, saying that Amanda lied about being pregnant and that she left him. He said to hand over my real wife instead. Obviously, he was caught by the police. He got off with a warning, but apparently the news of him being arrested was enough to bring down Dad's company. Later on, the whole family started barraging me with texts telling to give them money. Since now they were in debt. That's when I decided to change my phone number.